for every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for we come.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Life changes, deal with it. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope all is well with each and every person watching. I'm on my way to go and pick up my granddaughters from their how to be a librarian class. They take classes from Talent Reach Library out in Arapahoe County, and they do food cooking classes and courses and things like that. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm going to put on here, I was just kind of, laughing about what they were saying about who O.J Simpson was, because that's my topic of the day. O.J. the Juice, Orenthal James, if I'm not saying it right, Orenthal James Simpson passed away yesterday, April 10th, 2023, at the age of 76 years old. And he's been the topic of the conversation of all the, I guess they call it X or something, I don't know, it used to be Twitter, and all the different social medias today about his passing due to some type of or some form of cancer. I'm not really sure. I haven't actually gotten a clear story on what type of cancer that he passed away from, but I pray peace upon his family and his friends and his loved ones during this time. It's always very sad to lose a loved one at any time, whether it's due to a succumbing to an illness or natural death. It's always just you're never prepared for it, no matter what. All right. So I just wanted to come on and say a few things and talk about OJ. That's how I remember him, O.J. Simpson, from back in the 70s, and him being an amazing football player. He was awesome. He was good. He was great in college. He was great in the pros. But it's really sad to me that a lot of people will only recognize OJ's name when you put Nicole Simpson's name on the end, or I can't think of Ron Goldstein, I want to say. I'm not really sure. I'll have it corrected when I get ready to put the video up. But it's a really sad thing, to be such a great person in your career, just to end up with being known and used to being known as, a commentator, the sportscaster, a movie actor, what do you call that? He did a lot of movies and things like that. He did some movies. I can't say a lot of movies, but he did do some movies, and he did do some, acting and stuff. So he was also known for that. And it's a sad thing that I know him as an actor and I know him as a sportscaster. But who do you know him as? Do you know him as OJ the murderer, or the would-be murderer, as some people say, or the accused? He was acquitted of that. He was acquitted of the murder, and who am I to say whether he did it or whether he didn't do it? That's not what I'm on here for. But I will say back in 1994 that I was Team OJ, because I just felt like, where was the actual evidence? I mean, they had evidence, but it is what it is. But then they had evidence that they called circumstantial, so I'm not really sure. I can't say if he did it or not. God knows. OJ knows. And now OJ is at the point in this life where we all die and we all meet our maker. And we all answer for the things we've done. So for people to be, still saying, certain things about OJ that are negative or nasty, they should just leave it alone, because you don't know if he got his life right or if he asked for forgiveness, because we can do that. And if he did, praise God. I pray that he did. I really hope that he did get his life right. So, yeah. So we're going to talk about OJ today.
This morning, O.J Simpson has died.
The former NFL star stood trial for the double murder of his ex-wife and her friend in the 90s, but was acquitted. Drew's on it with the details, as we just learned about this about an hour and a half ago.
I mean, you look at ESPN.com, Sports World, this is the main story. You look at any website for any news outlet, this is the main story, because obviously this story transcends whether it's sports or news. But I want to show you guys the tweet that was sent out by his family. It says on April 10th, so it was actually yesterday when OJ passed away, but the information just coming out this morning. On April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbs to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren at the time. During this time of transition, his family asked you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace, signed the Simpson family. So again, passed away yesterday at the age of 76, surrounded by family. Now, of course, he was a decorated superstar on the football field, a Heisman winner, played in the NFL, a Hollywood actor who was acquitted of charges that he killed his former wife and her friend, but later found liable in a separate civil trial. Simpson earned fame, fortune, adulation through football, show business, movies, acting, but his legacy was forever changed in June of 1994 when he was in that trial. His ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman, in Los Angeles. Everyone remembers this live TV coverage of his arrest, the white Bronco, after a famous slow-speed chase, if you will, marked a stunning fall from grace for the sports hero. A criminal court jury found him not guilty of murder in 1995, but a separate civil trial jury found him liable in 1997 for the deaths and ordered him to pay $33.5 million to family members of both Brown and Goldman. So again, Kirk and Ashley, the news just coming out this morning, O.J. Simpson dead at the age of 76. He died yesterday, surrounded by his children and grandchildren. We know that. A lot of reaction pouring in this morning, and you can imagine there's reaction on both sides, if you will, how people feel about O.J. Simpson. But nonetheless, a name that, everybody knows, the name O.J. Simpson, dead at the age of 76.
Huge story. Thank you.
See? Anyways, this is my dear husband, Deacon Rod. Whatever. He thinks he's being smooth. Whatever. But anyways, so you gonna dance? You gonna dance now? But anyways, today, as you know, O.J. the Juice, Orenthal James Simpson, passed away, right? How do you remember O.J. Simpson?
Well, I remember O.J. Simpson as an outstanding football player. I mean, he's a legend. But it seems that everyone is talking about the murder situation.
Right! Ding, 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 ding. He just won my whole point of this conversation. Ding, 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 ding.
That he's known for the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Right.
So.
Even though it's not funny, but that's the way it was. It was made out to be a joke, really. Even though it was a serious matter, it was made out to be a joke. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. And he was walking around with his hand doing like this, that little old glove on it and all that. But I just wanted to ask my husband, because I spoke with two of my grandkids. Oh, and I meant to ask Jakari when I got there at Sugars, but I didn't get to ask him. But I asked two of my grandkids who was O.J. Simpson. They said, I don't know.
Thank you very much for calling.
So I was like,
I appreciate this.
okay.
He's
Generation
legend,
Z. I guess it's a Generation Z. Are they Generation Z?
Yes.
I think so. They don't know Jack.
Music either.
Right. Daddy over there, right? Look at him. I was recording you, right?
What? Gotcha.
Let's see if it comes out on the video, I'm hoping. But anyways, as my son, Mr. Don't Call Me don't make me laugh, because I told him Jenner, my baby son, and he gonna start laughing, all right, and then he gonna start saying, "Baby shiny doo 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 doo, baby shiny doo 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 doo, baby shiny doo 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 doo, baby shiny doo 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 doo." Wait, baby shiny doo 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 doo.
It's not even funny no more.
But anyways, as I was so rudely interrupted, I have to ask you a question. The same question I asked your dad. And as I let him know, it's the same question that I asked your nieces. Who is O.J. Simpson?
Who is O.J. Simpson? Like, to me?
Tell me about, no, not to you, but to the world. What do you know about O.J. Simpson? What comes to your mind when you think of O.J. Simpson?
Well, me, I think football, but to other people, they think death and murder and
Ding, 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 ding. He got that one too, just like his father.
so.
That's what I thought. I think football of O.J. Simpson. Most people think the murders,
Yeah.
and they, like they said,
Well, like
if
Rob
it don't fit,
Kardashian
right,
and the wife and stuff like that. But people don't go
Yeah,
behind
Nicole,
the scenes and actually,
yeah.
you know, and
Ron.
go through.
I think it was Ron Goldberg, something.
You know, hey, people judge you on your character based on whatever they see. When he was playing football, he was the juice.
Right, he was a juice.
But then when you got other people, you know, in court, they see you as just another black man in the system.
See?
Which is particularly stupid to me. Why? Because that's every day.
That's how it is. Life
That's
every
what
day.
we see. Look, that's just like if the police see me and I'm walking down the street, I got chains, I got gold.
You got a
They gonna say
ponytail.
I'm a gang member.
You're a gang banger.
I dress nice. I got shoes, clothes. I'm fresh to death. You know what I'm saying? Not to death, but you
Not
know
to
what
death,
I mean?
but
You know I'm fresh, and so they want to be like, oh yeah, and I got tattoos everywhere. Gang member.
right. They
You know
automatically
what I mean?
assume gang member.
So-
Do they ever automatically assume that you were raised up in the church? That you
No.
sang in the church choir?
Nah, people don't assume that unless they actually talk to me, and then they'd be like, oh yeah, well you know, because I tell people like, you know, I was in the church choir all the way through high school. You know,
Right.
so, I
Right,
mean,
because you was what? In middle school. You were little. You was like
Yeah.
about 11?
until sophomore year,
Mm-hmm.
but
And he sang in the choir with me for a long time.
yep.
But that's how people assume, you know, and believe it or not, some people may say I'm wrong, you know, people are entitled to their own opinions. I'm not really sure. I don't know the case about O.J. I do know the case about O.J., but I can't really make a judgment on him for one, because I was Team O.J. when it was going down.
You never
I
know.
cheered.
I mean, to me, you never know anybody's situation. Why? Because for the simple fact that what if that lady was cheating on him for real? That's a crime of passion or something like that. Or
Right. I still don't think it's right to kill her.
No, I know.
If he did.
But
say
but
that
it's like you don't know what to.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah,
But you're usually guilty until proven innocent. And me and
Yeah,
Tammy
you know,
just did a podcast about that called Guilty Until Proven Innocent.
People always judge you based off of what they see or what they hear or what they think they know. They don't ever want to ask you for the full truth unless they feel like it's going to benefit them. Like people won't ask you for nothing unless they feel like, all right, well, it's just like, well, I'm gonna just talk about like the mainstream things. People won't benefit off of it, so they don't want to ask you things. But if they feel like, all right, well, I can get some media coverage, I can get this, all this, you know, I can write a book on this, then they gonna come and try to be like, all right, well, you know, let me go talk to this person, let me go see what's going on. But if they feel like, oh, it's not not an important issue, you know, they're not gonna come and try to say anything to you or anything. You know, that people just so biased, you know, and so subjectical, if that was even a word. But
right.
You know, it's just people only do things when it's beneficial.
That's why I told the other day I was calling you. I said, this is so ghetto-ristic. And I was like, even though that is not a word, I was like, this is so ghetto-ristic. It could be a word.
People are beneficial.
they only do things when it's beneficial to them or
Right.
to the world, to where people will look out like, oh yeah, well, let me Google this. You know what I'm saying? It's social media now. You know what I mean? And
social media isn't really a way to connect with people anymore. Social media is a way to get popular.
yeah,
To be honest,
I mean,
you
like,
know,
I mean,
to me it is.
that's
Filters,
definitely
all that, and
what it
people
is,
would
you
rather
know?
sit and record somebody die than to use their phone to call the police to get them some help. You know,
Yeah, because they're gonna be like world star.
Right. Even though, you know, we're kind of off topic of what I was started out with, but like I said, I was Team OJ because for this reason, I don't really need to give anybody a reason, but for the reason I'll state it is the evidence. The evidence, everything they presented against OJ, and I can't say that he didn't do it. I'm not going to say he didn't do it. I don't know that for sure. You have to be proven guilty.
Yeah.
You know, and the
he
evidence.
was proven innocent.
He was proven innocent. He was what do you call that? They said acquitted.
Yeah.
You know, he was acquitted.
If it
you
don't
know,
fit, you must acquit.
You must acquit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what your dad said. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whether people believe it or not, or whether people want to care or not, I can't say, you know, and I do know that, yeah, some people do have tempers. And who's to say OJ didn't have a temper? Who's to say that he didn't, you know, have anger issues and all that? Right.
What would that be?
It would be an opinion, I guess you would say, or a conviction on somebody that you're already convicting them about something that, you know, you don't even really know. But like I was saying, you know, who knows? Maybe OJ does have a temper. I know people with a temper that are good people.
And
I know people.
And maybe he's Khloe Kardashian's dad.
Maybe it's Khloe Kardashian's dad.
Maybe
She's ignorant.
he is.
But, you know, I just wanted your opinion from Generation Y, and we're Generation X, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and the baby boomers, they all know who O.J. Original James is. They all know who he is. A lot of people don't know that name. My granddaughters didn't know who he was. I don't know if my grandsons know who he was. I was going to ask them, but I didn't get a chance to, because I left their house too quickly. But like I said, I don't like to pass judgment on people. And you know what? Hey, the circumstances, and they had what do you call those circumstances when it's they're incriminating, very incriminating, but they were circumstantial. Yeah. And that is not to say that
evidence is evidence.
Evidence is evidence, and that's what I felt.
And if you are a law-abiding citizen or a citizen of the United States and you go by the law, you can't switch your subjects, or you can't switch your
bias.
Your exactly. You can't switch your beliefs based off of, oh well, he's innocent and and I don't believe that he's guilty. Mm-hmm. But you just literally switched your beliefs on the justice system.
Right. And so that's why I said, you know, everything has to be proven. Everything has to be proven.
The justice system is everything. Well, now
the justice system is corrupt.
You
know, and I'm not saying
that. You know,
I'm not saying all the justice systems, because they're all not. There are some that are awesome and wonderful, but I also know that, you know,
there's flaws.
There are flaws. Exactly. That's a good word. You know, and I think that, like I said, when I was Team OJ when it all went down, you know, and I'm not saying that I'm not Team OJ now, or I am Team OJ. I'm just saying that, you know what, facts are facts, and opinions are opinions, and proof is proof.
Exactly.
You know,
innocent to proven guilty.
Right. And they were proven. He was proven to be innocent. So I can't say that he's not innocent, and I can't, and I'm not gonna. Wasn't on that jury. I didn't see every bit of evidence. I have been to a jury trial, you know, in certain cases, and I've been like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear all the evidence,
juries are meant to go against the defendant.
See, and that's not good. That's why they go through and
bias. It's the justice system that they go by, and then they want to be like, oh yeah, well, he was famous. All that don't mean nothing. The more famous you are, the more publicity.
The more you're gonna
especially back in when that was?
1994.
Like the early 90s, especially
That happened
for
in
a black
1994.
man, a black
A
man,
pro baller.
You know what I'm saying?
And it didn't
a
help.
Hall of Famer,
right? And it didn't help for him to take off in that white Bronco and him and
it
his.
didn't help.
That didn't
it's
help
because he was black. That's the
right
reason.
on a police
serious.
chase.
He's an African American that they want to place judgment on you because I'm black, I'm balling, and I was with a white woman. So because she was black and. I mean, he was black and she was white. You know what I'm saying? That's extra.
But back then, that was that's
in the old world because now it's okay to do all that. Everybody's okay with doing all this stuff. You know,
right.
it's just. I mean, like it was a different world back then. You know.
Yeah, and things were a different world back then.
Like
against white people
or my kids are all mixed.
Right.
So, hey, I mean, nowadays
it's just
different.
It is different.
Back then. It was different. It was harder.
It was because we didn't have the act. What was the act everybody was saying when they had the riots down there? They were saying not the Me Too act, but the hands up.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
See, back then, that's when those movements came, which I'm glad that, I don't like the fact of what was going on, but,
that's probably why he ran. He was safe in the car. I'm being serious, he was safe in the car. Why?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to catch me on the highway or something like that. And
he's like in Rodney King me or something.
That, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be in front of the world. So you can't do nothing. You can't just shoot me or nothing like that. If I don't got no gun, I ain't got no knives, I ain't got
you want to
like
bet?
That,
Sometimes they can shoot just like that.
Well, yeah, but
thank God, things have changed.
But nowadays, I mean, like it's see, back then it was easier to be like, oh, I'm gonna just pull him over at gunpoint, boom, boom. Now you get out like he did or something, you get shot, boom. You know what I mean? Because now there's more, black men that and just people in general that like.
Just
are
black,
so
brown, all that,
culture, like everybody has their own culture, you know what I mean? But a lot of people now, young people, they got the chains, you got the dressing nice, you got all that, the stereotypical stuff.
Right, that's true. So I just wanted to ask you how you remembered O.J. Simpson. A lot of people remember him as being this cold-hearted killer. I remember O.J. Simpson as being a sportscaster. I remember him being an actor. I remember him being, a football pro baller. That's what I know about O.J. Simpson. Yes, in fact, I do know about his killing, but that didn't make me, when I found out that he passed away, it didn't make me go, oh, the killer is dead. Some people do that. Some people say that. And I think the O.J., no matter what he did, he could have asked he could have asked for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
I seen it, and the initials is I don't want to say that copyright issues or something, but
I mean, not the
Brown.
C&J.
C&J. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But and I recognize him as that. You know what? People can change. Maybe he changed over. I pray that he changed over these years. I pray that he got his life right with God. And if O.J. was able to get his life right with God and God forgive him, then everybody else, that's if he did it. But what I'm saying is if he did it, then I pray that he got his life right. And I pray, because our God is a forgiving God. He'll even forgive murderers. He'll forgive people who have beat children. He'll forgive people who have harmed each other. God's a forgiving God. He'll forgive everybody. And I believe that O.J. is deserving of forgiveness. But these people nowadays, even in his death, he is not forgiven or even
he's praised as a killer.
He's shown as a killer.
But you can have somebody that is another celebrity that's done some things, but they gonna praise him for the things that he's done, like if he was an actor or a movie star or something. But if he did something bad, they gonna praise him on just his
acting history or something. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just the stuff he did for the culture.
Even though I know what O.J. did, and I know that we can all have tempers sometimes. We all have secrets or things that we've done in our past, but I don't think that people's should be judged by that same thing over and over and over and over again. They are, and everything was already taken from him. Everything through that second court date with the civil court court or whatever it was. Everything was taken away from him, His Heisman, everything. Nothing he had belonged to him anymore. They had to do anything. So you know what? Yes, you know what I'm saying? Whether he did, I'm just going to keep it like this. Whether he did it or whether he didn't do it, God knows. OJ knows. Only God can judge him. Only God can judge him. Man can't judge him, but he is still being judged yet. The day after he died, which was August the 10th, he died. April the 10th, he died. And today it was given out, the information to press that he died, but he's yet being judged. Who would you judge? Not unless you be judged too. We can't be judging him and then want God not to judge us. You know what I'm saying? And I just, and I'm not saying that I'm, just so super pro OJ, but you know what?
Pro-human.
Right. I'm pro-rights. Pro what is right. What is wrong, what is right. And that's what I trust and that's what I believe. And that's why I did this podcast. If you have something you want to say, go on ahead and put it in the comments. And let's not be nasty. Okay? And I'll be sure to answer you. All right? Thanks. And I'm praying for you. Thanks for joining my channel. Who is O.J. Simpson? Who's O.J. Simpson? Football player? How do you know he was a football player?
You told me.
Because I told you?
You literally said it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did tell you who O.J. Simpson was. Did you know who he was before that?
No.
You didn't know anything about him?
No. I don't pay attention to football.
You don't pay... What?
Me and don't watch football.
Girl, you out your mind. Football is good, girl. Oh, that's boring.
That's what we watch.
Wah, wah.
What are you doing?
Boring. Wah, wah. What about you, Miss Lee Paiza?
No, I didn't.
Do you know who O.J. Simpson was?
Yes.
Who was O.J. Simpson?
Football player. Hey, you copied up.
Can't hear you, woman.
Football player.
How you know he was a football player?
You told us.
I told you who he was?
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't know who he was before?
No.
Wow. See? Generation. Is it Generation Z? Or something? This generation, whatever it is, they don't know O.J. Simpson. That's why I'm going to ask them too. I'm going to ask the boys who O.J. Simpson was.
Who? The boys?
Yeah.
The brothers?
Yeah, I'm going to ask your brothers who O.J. Simpson was, because I don't know who O.J. Simpson... Y'all didn't know who O.J. Simpson was until I told you. And that's part of what my podcast, what we're going to talk about on my podcast today, is if we were to talk about a different older celebrity pro baller, if they would know who that person was. Let me think of who somebody is not quite as old as OJ, but you guys know who John Elway is?
Who?
John Elway. Elway, no, not John Legend. Not the singer, crazy girl. No, not John Legend. John Elway. Who's John Elway?
Sounds like Oogway.
Oogway. You are tripping. What about, what is Green Bay? Brett Favre.
Who?
Brett Favre. Falafel. Oh, you got names for everybody, don't you, Miss Queenie Beanie? Miss Queenie Beanie got jokes back there. Okay, Miss Lady.
I don't understand any, but
You don't know any of those people.
no.
Because I forgot you guys like girly ball.
What's
Three
a
pointers.
girly ball?
3 pointers. Y'all said girl basketball, right?
Yeah.
So that's girly ball, 3 pointers.
It's not called girly ball. Girly ball.
Yes, it is girly ball.
It's called WNA or something. WNBA, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really
Women's
into.
basketball.
I never was into basketball. I played it one time when I was a kid, but we used to play. Yes, I did. I did too. I played it in middle school. When we back in the day, in my generation, I don't know about any of you guys. If you guys played all kind of sports in your PE, y'all remember that, physical education?
Yes.
You always had PE, but you guys only have it like maybe once a month.
No.
When y'all have
We
PE?
have
Like
it every
week.
Every week. We had PE every day. Every day. Especially in middle school. We had our 7th period physical education,
I know
you know,
that
and things
'cause
like that.
I know that.
But y'all, kids, I'm just saying, sports. Let's bring it back to OJ. Y'all didn't know OJ. Y'all didn't know Elway. Y'all didn't know Brett Favre. See, these are all iconic. Shut up. Y'all are crazy. These are all iconic football players. What is wrong with you? I love football. And now I understand now because you guys said y'all don't like football. Y'all like girly ball. Girly ball. Girly ball.
Just say basketball.
Yeah, just girly ball. Go ahead.
I kind of like.
Grandma gonna call it girly ball. Baseball's fun to play. It ain't fun to watch to me.
Me neither.
It's not fun to watch. I like to play it.
I like to watch.
Because we used to go
You
to
don't watch
the Salt
baseball,
Lake
so
City
don't.
Seagulls games, the Salt Lake City Gulls or Seagulls. It used to be the Gulls, Seagulls or something. We go there. I've never been to a Rockies game. All this time I've lived here in Colorado, I've never been to a Rockies game. But as we continue on with I see you back there, boo. I see you, boo.
I see the seagulls.
Yeah, you're so funny. You're so funny. I'm gonna get my
Can I
granddaughter back
connect
there.
to your Wi-Fi, Grandma?
Oh yes, you can connect to my. She know what Wi-Fi is, don't she? As Medea said, Wi-Fi. Y'all see Medea when she says it.